Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on finding the mean from a table. Sometimes we are required to find the mean of a large number of scores that have been arranged in a table. Now the table has certain columns, so if X represents the scores here, so the heading of that column is X and that represents the scores. F represents the frequencies. F means how often does the score occur. They're called the frequencies. This column here is Fx, where we multiply F by X. So if you go 2 12s are 24, there are 2 12s, so the total of those 12s is 24. There are 4 13s, so the total of those 13s are 52. So what we're doing, we're working out a system where we can add up all these scores, remembering that they do occur more than once. So once we've worked out the columns, so all those columns are in place, the mean will be sigma fx over sigma f. So what's this symbol here? Sigma means the sum of. That's a Greek letter, and it means the sum. So it's the sum of the fx column over the sum of the f column. So remember, in the table we have 3 columns. They are the score column, which is normally x. It can be any type of x. That's just one example of an x. The frequency column, which is f, and the fx column. So these are the 3 columns. Now, in order to find the mean, we have this formula here. It's a very important formula that I've given you. We have to work out sigma fx, that means the sum of the fx column and the sum of the frequency column. If you add the frequencies, that gives you 40. After you work out fx, for each score, you add that column up. This particular column adds up to 614. So the mean, as we saw from here, will be sigma fx over sigma f, which is 614 over 40, and that gives us 15.35. So 15.35 is the mean of the 40 scores, and that's how you work out the mean of a set of scores that have been arranged in a table. Number 2. Find the mean of the scores in the table. Each score is a test score out of 10. Again, X represents all the scores. F is the frequency, that is, how often does each score occur. Fx, in each individual case, is the multiplication of the frequency by the score. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 4s are 8. 4 5s are 20, etc., etc. So when you add all those up, that gives you the sum of all the scores. So sigma f is 20. So when you add all the frequencies up, you get 20. When you add the fx column up, you get 130. So the mean then will be sigma fx over sigma f, as we saw on the previous slide. 130 over 20 is 6.5. So that is the mean of those scores. Example 3. Find the mean of the scores in the table. Each score is a test score out of 10. Same setup. You've got the 3 headings, the 3 columns. We have the frequencies. We've worked out each individual fx. To find the mean, you have to add the fx column. So you add that column up to get 150. You have to add the frequency column to get 25. So the mean will be 150 over 25, which is 6. So this video has shown us a very convenient way of finding the mean of a set of scores that have been placed in a table. And basically we have the scores in one column, the frequency in the next column, and then we have the FX column. We've seen what has to be done with each of the columns, and we've used the simple formula that was given.